People and whether, Mr Chairman.
Call Dr Jackie Blue.
Thank you, Mr Chair. I'm very pleased to speak on Part 3 of the Alcohol Reform Bill. It is the most substantial part of the bill. It's where the rubber hits the road. And just before I start, I'd like to record that I actually was passionate about increasing the purchase age to 20. Fortunately, that didn't happen, and that's democracy. That's the will of the House. Local alcohol policies. I couldn't agree more with the Honourable Leanne Dalziel. Engagement and empowering the communities is so critical. You just can't prescribe something or cut and paste someone else's plan into another community's plan, and that is so true. The community is in the best position to decide where those outlets should be, how many they should have. I'll give you the example that happened in the community that I work in Mount Roskill in the last term of Parliament. Molly Green is an area in Mount Roskill, and an outlet was threatening to open up, had been given the go-ahead, and in fact there was a lot of density of alcohol outlets in that particular area. There was a kindergarten, there were a number of schools. The community was absolutely outraged that this outlet was going to open up opposite an intermediate school, and it took community people who are passionate about the community to rally, support, and they protested. I joined that protest. I was very happy to it. It was actually a very uplifting experience knowing that the community was being galvanised like a lightning rod. It was a glue. It sort of brought the whole community together, and there was a huge amount of passion. Well, they really didn't have much show in the sense that this outlet had already been given the go-ahead, and so there wasn't a lot of remedies they could follow, but they decided they'd protest anyway, and they did. They got loud hailers there. We had placards, and we got toots from cars, and that's when I realised really there is a real public activism happening out there. There's a real passion and concern about how alcohol is impacting our communities. And I'm just going to sidetrack a wee bit. That's why we've got the Feb Fast, we've got the different initiatives like Dry July and Hello Sunday, where people are celebrities, high-profile New Zealanders are saying, look, I'm giving up alcohol, I'm going to review how it affects my life, and good on them, because they're becoming role models. So this legislation is going to go a long way, but it's no magic bullet, we know that. And there's some excellent sort of parts to this alcohol law reform bill which I believe will go a long, long way, and local alcohol plans will be part of that. So students were walking past. I mean, the concern is that there were kindergartens, there were greens, there were reserves, where if people had easy access to alcohol, there was already pretty easy access, but it made it easier. We'd have glass bottles and broken glass in parks and reserves near kindergartens and so forth. I'm really pleased to say that outlet decided not to go ahead, and I'm not sure the reasons why. Maybe they saw the outpouring of emotion and concern from the community. They realised they were hiding to nothing, and I'm pleased it didn't go ahead. So it was a win for the community, and I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was an excellent suggestion by Minister Collins that local body election candidates could actually campaign on this. If we can get this bill through in a timely way and into the statutes, our candidates for the local bodies next year could go out and campaign on this, and boy, it would be like a lightning rod. I know it would be, because I sense it and I feel it. There is a real undercurrent there, and if any candidate worth their salt, they want to actually get votes and actually engage people. It's all about engaging, and I know we're very concerned about the voter turnout in local body elections. That would be an absolute issue of concern, because I know, and I think we all feel it, because we all are very much, as MPs, we walk through the community and we discuss, and we know that alcohol, the severe impact it has. The other parts to this alcohol reform bill, which I'm really pleased about, are the supermarket displays, and in that they'll only be able to display alcohol in the single non-prominent area of their store. It won't be at entrances, it won't be at checkouts, it won't be at the end of aisles. There'll be no grandparenting laws, which someone did tell me the other day. They thought that was going to be okay for their local supermarket because it was all okay. They're going to be grandparented in. Well, that's not going to happen. I think that's excellent. And it's also going to be much more tighter restrictions on alcohol advertising. The unacceptable practices will no longer be allowed. We will not be able to encourage people to drink heavily. There won't be any advertising of free alcohol. advertising discounts of 25% or more on alcohol or offering free gifts with the purchase of alcohol. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
I call Gerard Favell.
Tēnā koe, Mr. Chair. Kia ora tātou katoa. I wanted to take